back to this week's edition of SportsSpeak, where we speak sports. So we really do. Hello, everybody. I'm J.P. White, and we have with us now Hiawatha Hickman. Hello, Hiawatha.
How you doing, Mr. White?
I'm doing great and fine. How about you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Good. You're a coach, aren't you?
Yes, I'm the defensive coordinator here at Silsby.
Is that okay? Now I don't understand why they call you defense. I don't know much about football.
Okay.
I didn't play football.
Okay.
Little 6-man wasn't in the service. I played little 6-man football.
Yeah.
That's it. I still don't know. That was a long time ago, 50 years ago. Tell me what do you mean defensive coach?
Well, I'm responsible for game planning and preparing and getting the defense ready for each opponent each week. That's my responsibility. We also have an offensive coordinator that does that. The head coach oversees it all, but I'm responsible for the defensive side. I make all the defensive calls and adjustments during the game, and that's pretty much, that's my responsibility.
Well, there's something I don't understand how you guys let those people out there know what you're asking, telling them or whatever when they're out there on the field. Y'all got signals of some kind or what?
Yes, we have everything that's signaled in now today with all these different offenses. You got to be able to defend the entire field. So now we use signals, we use wristbands, and we communicate with the kids from the sideline. We've had to get a lot more advanced in the new times with all these new spread offenses.
It's nothing like the coach at baseball that just rubs his nose or something. Is it similar to that?
Exactly. It's very similar to that. Very similar
it is?
to that. Yeah, now to the point you got to kind of have some dummy stuff where, people aren't in the press box watching you and, picking up on your signals. You got to change it up every now and then.
Oh, I wondered about that. I see these guys put this program up in the face. They're talking. They're talking around it. They look like they're talking to that paper. Is that what they're doing? What they're doing?
That's just kind of how coaches are. We're a little secretive about what we do, so we try to hide it and, we try to mix it up, because, everybody's trying to get that competitive advantage.
Okay. Hiawatha, you're a big guy. How much you weigh?
I'm about 310.
About 310.
Yeah, I'm a lot bigger than I was when I played here at Silver.
You were quite a ball player here in the high school. Football, did you play basketball?
Yes, I played basketball.
Play both of them? Tell us about it.
But basically I played basketball just kind of be with my friends. Football was my thing.
Oh, baseball to be with his friends. How about that, folks?
Yeah,
okay.
And football was my sport. I started both ways for the Tigers. I was offense.
Wait, what do you mean both ways?
I played offense and defense.
Oh, you mean you stay out there all the time?
Yes, I did. I did.
Isn't that a little rough?
Well, you just get the mindset at the beginning of the year that you can do it, and that's what happens. You just do it,
No, me. I guess some of those teams at small schools have to do that.
Yeah, you said you played 6-man. I'm sure you probably had to do that at 6-man.
I don't remember. That was 60 years ago when I was in the Air Corps, World War II back in those days. One thing we did do, we played in Madison Square Garden.
Really?
Yeah, in Rome, Italy. This is a burned out building, and then we got it, and we called it Madison Square Garden. And one of my teammates from high school, juniors all, was actually playing in Madison Square Garden in New York. And yeah, I am. Oh Lord, so much for that. I made that all up. No, that's true.
That's a true story.
Okay, now I want to know some more about after high school. What did you do in the way of playing ball?
Well, I went off. I went off and played at McMurray University. Out in Abilene. It's a small Methodist school. It was a Division III school, but it gave me an opportunity to play football and get an education. Ended up being pretty much a free education, and they really took care of me. I played there. I was all conference 2 years in a row, my junior and senior year. Had a real good time out in Abilene. I really liked Abilene. I tell my wife all the time, if I retire, that's where I want to retire in Abilene.
Did you find that wife in Abilene, or
No, she's an old Silsby girl. She's a Silsby girl.
What's her name?
Her name is Chrissy.
Chrissy, well, I got a granddaughter named Chrissy. Go ahead and tell me about your Chrissy.
Well, my Chrissy she's a great gal. We've been dating since I was a junior in high school, and she stuck with me through all the hard times.
Did you marry her then before you got out of college?
No, we married after college. She's a CPA. Matter of fact, she works at Orangefield ISD.
CPA?
Yeah.
They tell me that's one of the hardest tests you can ever take.
Tell me about it. And she knows that I had to hear it all. But when you're a coach, you don't make a lot of money, so you better marry somebody that do.
Oh, I thought you guys got high pay.
Oh, not in high school coaching. You know, for the time we work, we don't make near enough.
No, I know you don't. I'm agree. I know. I just sort of putting your leg because I know you guys earn your money. You got all kinds of hours. You don't punch clocks when you go to work, do you?
No, we don't punch a clock. I mean, during the season, we work 7 days a week, and we try to get the kids prepared the best we can to get them ready for the next week's opponent. Like right now, even the season's over, we started off season and it just hadn't stopped. You know,
you still coaching?
We lifting, getting strong, getting ready for the next year. Matter of fact, today I spent the day getting ready to go to a clinic at Texas A&M to try to see what I can learn to help us next year.
Aggie is a good place. You know, I'm a bit of an Aggie.
There you go, just a little bit of Aggie.
Just a little bit. I wasn't that far long enough for them to mess me up. So
there you go. They're in the Cotton Bowl. You can get an opportunity to go to the Cotton Bowl this year. They're in the Cotton Bowl against LSU. Ought to be a heck of a game.
Yeah, you think they're going to make it?
Well, I think A&M's got a chance. They've really got that thing turned around.
That's something. The Cotton Bowl is a big thing. That's where Texas and Oklahoma used to always play, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been there?
Well, I've been to the Cotton Bowl several times. I've been up there to watch games as a spectator. I never got an opportunity to play there, but I always try to go to a bowl game. And, you know, I'm a coach. I like to see football, good football.
Back one time I had a pair of tickets to go see Texas and Oklahoma in the Cotton Bowl, but the gas price was high. They couldn't get there. I didn't get to see it. All right, then. What did you put? You didn't go any professional ball.
No. After I got out of that, I was a graduate assistant. I coached at McMurray for a year before.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I coached there a year before I came home, and it was a good experience. I learned quite a bit, you know, on the college level coaching. And Coach McGallion called me and said he had a job for me, and I always wanted to come back home. I always told Coach Woodard, my high school coach, that I wanted to come back to Silsbee and be a coach. And they said they would keep a spot for me, and, you know, and the rest is history. You know, I've been here now 12 years, and I really enjoy it.
Now you say you're getting ready already. Now, do y'all show those fellas film or something, or y'all watch them, or what's going on?
Yeah, we you know, us coaches in the off season, we'll evaluate the film from the year and, you know, kind of see where we did good things we need to improve on, and we'll also get the kids in there and we'll show them and talk to them about, you know, some of the things that we feel like we need to get better at. You know?
Now, you're talking about film of your own team, right?
Yes.
Nor do you ever watch film of the other team come to visit?
Yeah, when we were preparing for games, we watch quite a bit of film. We usually trade videos with the other team.
Oh, if they send you one, you send them one.
Usually we trade 3 videos. They get 3 of us. We get 3 of them, and that's how we prepare. We'll go through and get a scout report, game report ready, and we'll show the kids some video to kind of show them what they're up against.
Oh, I see. You said 3. You mean 3 different games?
3 different games. Usually 3 different games.
No kidding. Well, what did you tell me about basketball? You're bound to be an assistant coach besides in football. What else do you coach?
I'm a track coach. I've been coaching track now for 8 years. Matter of fact, I coach the sprinters and relay people. I don't look like a sprinter, but
what's the difference in a sprinter and a relay? I don't know.
Well, you know, usually, you know, when you got sprinters who run the 100-meter dash, 200-meter dash, and then you got, you know, your relay people, you got to work together as a team. Matter of fact,
relay, you got more than one guy.
Got more than one person running. Matter of fact, our girls team, we won the state championship last year in the 4x200-meter relay, and we got 3 of the girls back, 3 out of the 4 girls back. So we're expecting some big things out of them.
Some of those girls that can run so fast, do they do pretty good basketball? Some of them cross over and play basketball too?
You know, here in Silsbee now, we're so small. They play it all. Volleyball, basketball, they run track. So we got to share our kids. You know, they've got to do a lot of different things.
They jump pretty high in that volleyball when they do that spiking. Is that what they call it?
Exactly. They jump pretty high. And, you know, we take them out there in track and see if we can get them the long jump or high jump.
You do?
Yeah, see if those things will cross over.
Oh, my goodness. Do they jump those, what do you call those things that they knock over when they hit them?
Hurdles.
Hurdles?
Yeah, they jump hurdles, and we've had some pretty good hurdlers here the last few years.
Good. All right. Well, the season getting started. What's going on about the basketball boys right now? Who is the head coach of basketball?
Oh, Travis Williams is the head.
Oh, yeah, he helped me broadcast a ball game one time. Go ahead.
And, you know, they're looking to have another good year. You know, they made a run to the state tournament last year, and they got quite a few of those guys back. And I think, you know, Coach Brooks and Coach Collins and all those guys that helped Coach Williams out, they're expecting a good year. I think this weekend they'll be at the Nederland tournament. And Nederland should be some pretty good teams there.
You named 3 coaches. When I coached, there wasn't room but for 1 guy on the bench coaching them all. You named 3. They got that much room on the bench now?
Yeah, I guess.
Or do they have to stand up?
I guess they do. I mean, you know, some of them got to stand up. Some of them get to sit down.
Oh, Lordy. I may be jumping out of line here, but I want to ask you something, a little different line. I want to ask you about that ice house. You remember when things were going on over at the ice house back in the early 90s?
Well, I remember being a summer job for me, and we at the ice house, and you know, I met you, and I remember how you used to sneak off in that van and come home, eat a little ice cream.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we'll go back while everybody else was there working.
There you go. Well, I don't know if I've ever told you, if you knew or not, but my wife thought you were one of the finest guys that she ever knew. She just loved you to pieces.
I appreciate it. And I tell you what, that was a special summer that we had opportunity to do something special. I'm glad to see it still thriving in Silsbee today with that ice house. You and your wife did a special thing getting that going.
Thank you. You do know that she passed away.
Yeah.
You know about them drilling a well down in, they called me from Nashville, the foundation, said, we want to donate $1,000 to the Ice House Museum. I said, well, that's nice, but I said, call these people up in Arkansas that's drilling wells down in Peru. Did. Called back and said, I'm going to give them $5,000 to drill a water well down in Peru. The situation down there is 10 babies born, 2 years later, 5 of them are dead. You give them a fresh water, 10 babies born, 2 years later, 1 of them dead. Look at that, 40%. And look at all the lives and everything she's saving. I'd always tear up before, but I'm proud of it. And I thought, my goodness, the Bible said, I think the Bible says something about if you find something you need to do, you better do it now.
Exactly.
Because you're not going to be able to do it where you're going.
Exactly. You're not going to be here forever.
But anyhow, they drilled that, and I got to shame myself. I said, we ought to get another well, and I got another well drilled. I pulled a few legs, and, and they did. They drilled 2, and I'm so thankful, and the Lord blessed me pretty good.
I tell you what, you've had a huge impact on this community. I can remember being a young boy, you know, listening to football games and, you know, listening to what KKS, listening to the radio. And, you know, I kind of grew up. You were kind of the voice of the Silsbee Tigers.
There you go. Well, on the level, more than 3,000 ball games I broadcast. So much for that. J.P. White here with SportsSpeak Sports right there. By the way, you see the painting over there, right over there? We'll probably let you take that home with you. This J.P. White. We speak sports. I'm told that we sometimes talk about sports. Sometimes we get a little wild. We're having a lot of fun. We're certainly happy to have you with us today, Hiawatha Hickman.
I'm glad you had me.
You're a Jim Dandy good guy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And anything you want to tell me about anything?
Well, just, you know, I just appreciate you having me out, giving me an opportunity to speak to you and see you again. And, you know, anytime you want to talk about Silsbee Tiger athletics, Silsbee Tiger sports, I'm all for it.
We will want you back one of these days. We want you back.
Thank you.
J.P. White, SportsSpeak. That's it for this week. We'll see you next week. So long for now.